Hello DC animated fans out there, I just got done watching Teen Titans The Judas Contract. Be warned, I'm about to go into some major spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch the rest of this video. First, I do want to make a point that this animated movie is based on the original comic book story that took place in the new Teen Titans back in 1984, but obviously there are huge differences between the two. This movie is based in DC's animated New 52 universe, which, for whatever reason, they're still trying to push that as much as they can. I do gotta give them props for making a continuity between the different animated movies and having a continuing story taking place. For that, I do respect them. I'm not a fan of the New 52 universe in any respects whatsoever, not even the animated universe. That's why I was hoping that this movie would be told in a completely independent setting so that it wouldn't be tied down to past New 52 animated movies. So now that I said that part, I do gotta say, I did enjoy this movie a lot. It's not the greatest DC animated movie, not by a long shot, but I do enjoy the different take that they took on the story. The movie starts out with a flashback 5 years prior to where this story starts out, showing that the Teen Titans had been together for some time. The story and screenplay was done by Ernie Outbacker. You can see that he was trying to show that this animated universe has a lot of characters who haven't been introduced yet, and that these characters all have backstories that haven't been shown. I did like that we got to see the original Teen Titans. I wasn't quite so happy with the fact that we didn't get to see Wally West as Kid Flash. I'm pretty sure that this is Bart, or Bart Tor, whatever his name is in the New 52 universe, because number one, he has brown hair, and number two, the costume that he's wearing is very similar to the Kid Flash costume that he wore in the New 52 universe when it debuted. They totally changed Bart Allen's background in the New 52 universe. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking. But I did like the fact that we got to see Bumblebee. We also got to see a young Dick Grayson when he was Robin. I think it was great that we got to see Speedy being voiced by Crispin Freeman, who is the same guy who voiced Speedy or Red Arrow and Arsenal back in the Young Justice cartoon series. The flashbacks served more of a purpose to show how Starfire joined the team. It also showed that her and Dick had a thing almost from the very beginning, although I'm pretty sure that Dick has slept with many other women on the side. When the story starts up at present day, Tara is already a part of the team. In fact, they're about to celebrate her 1-year anniversary. In the previous Titans movie, we got to see Tara at the very end where she was heading towards Titan's Tower. We're to assume that she joined the team after this point, and she's been a part of them since then. Tara is a very cold character towards the rest of her teammates, although I do like the idea that they kept the Beast Boy was still somewhat infatuated with her and tried to get her to open up a bit. And I think they played that out fairly well. You do feel sympathetic for her. Deathstroke, also known as Slade Wilson, is in this movie, despite the fact that he died previously in another Batman animated movie. I do like the explanation that he was brought to a Lazarus pit at the last minute, and that he's been enjoying bathing in them regularly, which explains why he's so much tougher. Sadly, though, he's voiced by the late Miguel Ferrer. He passed on last year, and it's really unfortunate that we're never going to be able to see him on screen again, and we're never going to be able to hear his voice acting skills. In the original comic, it's Hive that hires Deathstroke to capture the Titans, but in this instance, it's Brother Blood and Mother Mayhem and their cult. But I think that's actually a pretty cool change. I know hardcore comic book people out there don't like that, but I like this interpretation of Brother Blood, and I really love Mother Mayhem a lot too. And I do feel as though the movie was trying to give Easter eggs to the original storyline. They showed Jericho at one point, and they even showed him again after the credits. We also get to see Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, finally show up, and they do at least mention Hive in this, so that's an obvious nod to the original story. And let me just say, I was really happy that this story was not focused on Damian Wayne. Had it been focused on him, I'd probably have a completely different outlook on this movie. And let me tell you, I busted out laughing when they mentioned Kevin Smith earlier in the movie, and then later at the end, we get to actually hear Kevin Smith playing himself. I love that they did that. I'm a big Raven fan. Hearing her say Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos, I kind of squeed inside. I didn't like that Nightwing was wearing his old New 52 red costume. I don't know what the purpose of that was. The animators have to know that he's moved on from that. Unless DC is just really trying to hold on to that New 52 and try to get a few people out there to say it wasn't quite as horrible as it really was. This movie is rated PG-13, and rightfully so. There's a lot of cursing in it. There's also a lot of death that takes place, and I'm very appreciative of that, although I do find it creepy that Tara and Slade have a sexual relationship together. In the original 1980s series, it is strongly alluded to that they are in a relationship together, but it was the 1980s and they had the Comic Codes Authority, so they can only say so much. This time, they blatantly put it right out there. Poor Beast Boy, he didn't have a chance. Overall, I thought this was a very entertaining movie. I was really impressed. Although I do want DC to stop doing New 52 stories. I'd much rather them do independent stories like they did with The Killing Joke. Or hell, maybe do a Rebirth story and bring in Wally West and explain why some of these other characters like Tim Drake or maybe Jason Todd and why they're not part of this universe. That would be really cool. Alright, I think I've talked enough about this. I thought it was a cool movie. Check check it out when you get a chance. It's available on DVD and it's also digital, so you can get it just about anywhere. With that, thank you guys for watching me in this video. Check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my website, my social media sites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.